You're watching Ellie from Ellymentry Papercrafting. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK. Today is the 18th of December 2021 and it's 2:30 in the afternoon. Now, I don't know if anybody's watching yet because I'm looking on my other device and I can't actually see the video that I'm recording. So I'm just playing it by ear for a minute or two to see if anything's actually happening. And can I ask, please, for people to click on the comments and just tell me if they can see me and hear me. So I'm planning today to play with a couple of new items from the Stampin' Up catalogue, the new mini catalogue. And the first item is Eden's Garden. Now, I'm using the bundle, and that consists of the stamp set itself and the dies that come with it. Now, hello Susan, thank you very much for joining me. So this is how thank you for confirming you can hear and see me. So this is how I store my dies. I always put them on a piece of, hello Cornelia, very nice of you to join me, not seen you here before. Always nice to see a new face. From Austria. I went to Austria on my honeymoon over 30 years ago. So these are absolutely beautiful dies. There's just no end to their use. There's a lovely edge die there and a banner die. This is a gorgeous outside sort of frame die and a smaller one and a little sprig. They're just beautiful dies. And this is part of a suite. Hello Rosie, lovely to have you along. Just going through the items I'm going to use. I know you've seen these, so I'm sure you won't mind just missing the stamp set. And I was just showing how I store my dies, which you were actually asking about before. So I've got a really good piece of board in the middle there. It's the grey board that you get in the back of your papers. And I've stuck some magnetic sheet to both sides and then put the dies in there. And then what I do is I put a cellophane wrapper in here and I attach that wrapper to the actual case itself with some double-sided tape, and then I can just slide the dies in, and then when you open and shut the case the dies don't all fall out. That's why I do it. I know everyone's going to say, oh, she's so organized, gets on my nerves, but I can't work any other way. Hi Esther, lovely to have you along. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you Rosie, thank you. Thank you Delia. It is great to have you along, thank you very much. And yeah, it was a lovely place, Austria. We stayed in Kitzbühel and we went in the summertime, so we didn't see any skiing, but the hotel was right by a magnificent view of the mountain with a stair lift. No, not a stair. Oh, what do you call those? Oh gosh, funicular lift. I can't remember what you call it now. But yeah, it was absolutely amazing. So, okay, so as well as the Eden's Garden bundle there, the stamps and dies, I'm going to be using the masks that were in the mini catalogue too. Just bear with me. Oh, sorry about that. Anne, hi, thank you so much for joining us. Lovely to see you. I'm wondering whether I might continue to do these on a Saturday afternoon. For me, it's actually more convenient than a Thursday evening. So let's see how it goes. Would everybody like to welcome our new friend Cornelia? I think she's the only new one today. Maybe we might get some more new ones, which would be great. Thank you, Esther, for starting that. So yeah, the these are called, I wrote this down because I knew I wouldn't remember. They are called Butterflies and Flowers Layering Decorative Masks. And they are in the new January to June 2022 catalogue. Ooh, it's really great. It's packed with some absolutely gorgeous new items. As I say, this is one of the items. And there's also the Celebration catalogue. And who knows, I may be using something from this as well. So stay tuned. You saw it here first. Well, you didn't, but let's pretend you did. Okay, so there are 3 overall designs, like the masks that we usually sell. The ones I'm interested in today are these layering ones, and the reason is I've not seen the layering ones with Stampin' Up before, and I thought it would be fun to try these out. So I'm going to go with the florals, and the butterflies, well, there might be a video of that one later. Okay, so I've got an idea of what I want to do, and we'll just see what happens, shall we? Because that's what going live is all about. Okay, so I've got myself a piece of basic white cardstock and the stencil. Now, I do confess it did take me a little while, girls, I will be honest, to actually suss out how this worked, this layering stencil thing. And I expect everybody else will say, well, that was easy, Ellie, that was obvious, but it wasn't to me. Okay, so I'm going to place it down like so. And I really must mask off because I am a little bit heavy-handed, a bit free and easy when I do maskings. Sorry, when I do stenciling, whatever. So I must go over these edges because I know I will end up with ink where I don't want it. So these post-it notes that Anne gifted me a long time ago in a very pretty little cover do come in very useful for this because they're nice and wide and they do block everything off. So I probably don't need to go this far, but I will, because if I don't, I'm sure I'll spoil something. I'm going to go right down over that bit as well. Okay, so theoretically I can't go wrong now, can I, girls? Famous last words. Debbie B. My name is Debbie and I'm from Texas. I'm excited to see how you use masks. Debbie, welcome to you. A big welcome from Texas. Which part of Texas are you from, please? I have a friend who lives in McKinney. Okay, so this is my first play, Debbie, with these masks. So wish me luck. Now I'm just going to bring in, you know, a nasty, horrible piece of paper to protect my surface. And the first colour I'm using, let's open it and show you the top. The first one I'm using is Highland Heather. Okay. So I'm using a blending brush. Now, I have to say this isn't a Stampin' Up one because I bought several blending brushes before Stampin' Up brought theirs out. But that's not to say I won't buy the Stampin' Up ones when these have had their day. Hello, Cheeky Monkey. Hope you've recovered from last night, Claire. Least said about that, the better, I think. We don't want raucous laughter this afternoon, although there was plenty of it last night. Can everybody welcome Debbie, please? It's her first time here as well. So I've loaded up my brush and I've dabbed off the excess ink. And I'm just going to lightly blend over the surface of the mask. Now, what I forgot to mention before I started was that these masks, each side is slightly different. One is a very shiny side, and just through use, really, I've discovered that they're better if you put the very shiny side down. And I only discovered that by mistake. And that was because when I was cleaning the mask after use and rubbing over it, I was rubbing over the shiny side, and I found that as I did that, my finger caught on little bits of it. So if you turn it over and rub on the other side, it doesn't catch. So there must be a kind of very, very gradual slope to the sides. Very clever. So the shiny side goes down. Okay. Now you remove the first mask, and then, whoops, that wasn't supposed to happen. So that's our first image, and then you use this part of the mask. So you have to pop it on so that you cover the white areas. Okay, and I've got to twist this round. It's a bit tricky, but I think that's about it. Oh, I moved it there. Right, I'm going to go with that. And again, I'm popping on my big post-it notes to cover up the excess area. Anne's seen the photos on Facebook. Oh, Anne. Oh, we had such a laugh. We laughed all evening, didn't we? It was hysterical. I don't know whether I can go back to the outlet centre for a week or two. Good job I don't go there an awful lot. But there you go. But oh, yeah, we did have fun. So I'm now using... Oh, I forgot to show you again. Sorry, I'm moving along. This is Gorgeous Grape. And I'm going to use this with the other stencil. So let's load up my brush again. So I use the light colour first, and then I can go into the dark colour with the same brush. Dab off the excess and then go in with the second. I'm going to call it a stencil rather than a mask. And then I should get the two-tone effect. Okay, I'm just going to take the bottom. Oh, I can't just take the bottom one off because it won't come up, will it, if I don't take the side one? Oh, yes. Oh, ladies, I did it right. Okay, so ta-da, we have the two-tone effect. Now, I don't know how it happened because, as you all saw, I did cover this all up, didn't I? But I got a smudge there. Ugh, I don't know how that happened. It could have been from my finger or something. Okay, what I'm quickly going to do and see if that will come off is try the mono eraser and see if that will help. Do you know what? I better lean on that in case I've got ink on a finger. So just quickly see if that will lift off before we go any further. Okay, girls, I think I've rescued it. Yeah, I think that's okay. So part 2 of the stencil is, I think I've got this upside down now, hang on, is this one, and it's the leaves. Now this is just brilliant because you'll see that the leaves fit exactly into this flower. If you move it round, you will see it just slots in and around the flowers. It's perfect. I tell you, this is so well designed. It really is. So I'm just actually, I've moved that a bit. Whoop. That's it. So let's just mask off this side again. Oh, and Claire and I didn't have alcohol. Yeah, I treated myself last night because I haven't had any wine for a while. So it was really nice, but I felt it was an occasion and I was allowed. And I think it's safe to say that I was the only person at our table at Wagamama who ate her whole meal with her chopsticks. Yep, I did. Okay, so I'm using, oh, I've done it again. So sorry, so sorry, so sorry. I'm using soft sea foam. This is one of my absolute favourite colours. Yeah, thanks, Esther, forever friend. Oh dear. Okay, so tapping off the excess, and I'm going to be careful not to go in the middle there because they are open. Maybe I should have put a post-it note on those. Do you think I should? I think I should, don't you? I just think I feel I should be careful there. Okay, so just a tiny weeny little bit there. Yeah, I feel safer now. So I'm going to come in and go over those leaves with my soft sea foam. I'm not being too precise with it to make sure I cover the whole area, because I think that's, you know, what a lot of this is about, stenciling and sort of colouring in and using any medium, is not to get too serious about covering every inch. And part of the reason for that is because I'm now going to come in with Soft Succulent, which is one of the in colours for this year and next. And I'm going to bring in my smaller brush because I just want to cover a smaller area, get the excess off. Now I'm just going to come in to this part of the leaf nearest to the flower, because this is a slightly darker colour, and I think if we make the base of the leaves a little bit darker, it will make it a little bit more interesting. So what sort of day is everyone having? I'm available to take it easy this afternoon because it's Russell's turn to cook. And we have spring veg frittata on the menu this evening. So, and I've reminded him this morning, so he can't say doesn't know. Claire's not doing much. Wendy Wu said she might join us today because she was free. She was having a day crafting, so she'd be able to drop in. Okay, so let's do the big reveal. Hands completely away from the card, so hopefully I don't get any more smudges. Oh yes. Oh yes. Well, I'm pleased with my first attempt at this, even though it took me a while, as I say, to actually look at the stencils and work out how the layering worked. Right, well, I'm going to get rid of all these bits of masking up there because it does look really untidy, doesn't it? And drop that into the water behind me. Let's try and keep it a little bit tidy. Have a little slurp of tea. Lovely. You're making a dress. Oh, that's nice, Susan. Haven't done that myself, dressmaking, for a long time. Anne's been busy too, loads of washing. Oh, and putting away. Floors all washed. Last 4 cards ready to post. Well done. Well, I have done some laundry today, but that's all. So now then, from here in is where I've started something, and I really didn't know where I was going because I wasn't sure how this was going to look. But I've used that beautiful die from the Eden's Garden bundle. And I have done this ahead of time because it takes time. But I've cut it out using the soft sea foam. And if you remember, that was the first colour I used for the leaves. Now, as I said, I've done this, but I knew that it wasn't going to be really big enough to frame this. So I've had an idea that I might cut it. So I'm thinking about cutting it. If I make 2 corners, perhaps that might do the trick. So I'm going to be bold and I'm going to go like that and like that. Ooh. And then I'm going to cut it at the top as well. So if I go sort of roughly in half again and cut it here, and let's just cut across there. So we've got that, and then I think if I cut it about here, let's say about there, and then if we have a corner sort of around there, I reckon I could go to, let's try about here. Right, let's just see what this looks like. So yeah, I think I can get away with that. I got this up the right way now. I can't remember where I was going with this. No, I think it is that way, isn't it? So yeah, I think I'm going to go with that and that. But I don't want to throw these away because I feel they could come in useful. But as they are now, they're a bit, I don't know. They don't seem to be very, which side did that come off? That was from there, wasn't it? It's this down the bottom, that bit isn't right, is it? So I think if I cut that off and I don't know, I need to take that part off there. I think what I'll do is just cut that and try and round the leaf and then cut it to there as well. I think that makes a usable piece now because it's not, the ends don't look odd. And then at the other end there, obviously I need to take that bit off because that's just a spare bit of stem. You can always do a bit of surgery on these things, you know. Oh, hi, Wendy. Good, you made it. You must have, your ears must have been burning. I just said that you might be able to come along. Okay, so let's have a look and see what this looks like now. Put it up that way. I don't like that leaf sticking up there, actually. So I think if I round that one off, I think that makes a usable piece now for maybe another project. I don't know. Let's see what happens. So I think I'm going to go ahead and glue this down as a frame on the opposite corners. So I'm going to use the sponge like so, and I'm just going to dampen it just the tiniest little bit. It's not wet. I've literally dipped my finger in some water and rubbed it across, so I just find it just makes the glue work a little bit better. So put some glue on there. Sometimes I put it on the back of my hand, and sometimes I put it on here. If it's quite a very small piece, then I'll put it on the back of my hand, but because that bends round, I'm not sure it will work. And then just dab the glue. I haven't got enough glue there, have I? That was not enough. Dab my glue in and over the back of my die cut. And where's my tweezers? Haven't had my tweezers out yet. Whoops. Less haste, more speed, Eleanor. And I'm going to pop that one up there like so. And then with this piece, a little bit more glue. I can't believe how much glue this is using up today. Okay, so let's just move that out of the way because we don't want to accidentally put glue on the back of this. Okay, so get that right out of the way. So I've got that far. Now the other item I thought I would use today is one of the free items from the Celebration catalogue, and these are absolutely gorgeous marbled papers. Absolutely beautiful. So they come in a lovely range of colours. I don't have the packet here, so I can't tell you what colours they are. But obviously all Stampin' Up colours, but they are just so beautiful. Now today I'm going to use this one, obviously, because it goes with the Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. I'm sure they are Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. So yeah, let's go ahead. And of course they are double-sided. Let's just quickly show you the other sides. Oh, there's the thing that'll tell us what the colours are. I thought I'd kept it. I usually try to. Balmy Blue, Basic Grey, Blushing Bride, Bumblebee, Coastal Cabana, Flirty Flamingo, Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, Misty Moonlight, Pool Party, Smoky Slate, and So Saffron. Excellent. So I've cut a piece, which is 5 1/4 square inches, that is. So that will mount onto there. And I've got a square card, which is generally known as a 6x6, but it's actually 5 3/4 square because the A4 cardstock we use in Britain is not quite 12 inches on the longest side, so you can't make a 6x6. So if I put some glue on the reverse of this, and just pop that down, leaving a nice border of 1/4 inch all round. Let's just use my bone folder to smooth this out a bit. So, is anybody doing anything exciting in this week leading up to Christmas? Okay. Has anybody still got lots of preparation to do? Now, I've got glue on there where I don't want it, so I've got this glue remover, which is really useful. Stampin' Up used to sell these, but unfortunately it's another retired item, so I can't say order one from me. Okay, so now that's ready to mount on there, and I can leave another nice 1/8 of an inch border around the top. So again, I'm using my Tombow multi-purpose glue. This is so versatile. I use it for practically everything. It gives you time to maneuver and does stick really well once it's down. Now, when I cut these off, I was actually thinking that they'd be nice to use on another project, but I'm wondering whether I could actually use them on here just in a different way and maybe bring the design into the rest of the card. But I don't like that bit at the top of that, definitely not. I wasn't really looking at that properly. I think I'll see if I can just cut that a bit more round in a leaf shape, perhaps go down a bit further and then cut this one round a bit more. That looks a bit better. So what do you think? No, I've got to cut that bottom bit off. Let's go around like that. So what do you think if I did something like that? So it's bringing it round like that. Can we have votes for this one for me? Claire's been wrapping. Rose has got loads left to do. I haven't wrapped up any gifts yet. So what do you think of this? I've just had another idea about this green. I think with the green directly on that background, it needs a bit of edging to just pick it up a little bit. So I'm bringing in the soft succulent and that smaller brush. And I'm not going to go all over. I'm just trying to get a little bit on the edges. Like so. Oh, Cindy, thank you so much for joining us. Cindy, I do forgive you. I know that it's, you know, a ridiculous hour over there, but we do have another lady from Texas on today, and she's near the top. Let's just see if she's, are you still there? Let's see. Let's see. Debbie, are you still there? Still watching us? So this is Cindy, who I told you lives in McKinney. Okay, so I'm going to pop that one there. I really like the edging on that. Do you agree? It just picks it up a tiny little bit. Just makes it slightly different to the other pieces. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead with that idea. Just makes it a little bit different, I think. So let's bring back my silicone mat with my glue and my little sponge. Yeah, I don't have many to wrap, Wendy, so the couple I've got, I've done. Even though I don't have a lot of, you know, don't have many to do. I do tend, because it's only a couple, I forget to wrap it, and it's a last minute thing. So I did actually wrap them up almost as soon as I got them. So let's pop the glue on the back of this one. Cindy, your lights looked gorgeous. I love the photo of your outdoor lights. Look really, really lovely. I can't. It's ridiculous when you said you haven't got as many as last time, because it looked like there were so many there. Okay, so that's that. Now I think it needs a greeting down here, and I can't do it very big. I need a small greeting, and I've actually got in my little pile of goodies from my pre-order, which I leave on the when I get a new order, I leave everything out on my table behind me, so that I know this is what I'm going to be playing with. If I put them away with the rest of my stamp sets, I don't know if any of you are the same, but I find they're up there blended in, and I actually forget which are new to play with. So I put them behind me until I've actually played with them at least once, and then I put them with the rest of the collection to go back to. And one of those items is this stamp set called Special Moments. And it's a really good one because it's got just sentiments on, and there are several sentiments on there that I probably wouldn't generally use a lot of, but you know, it doesn't matter if I don't use all of them, because it was free, and you know, if I just use some of them, then it's fine. And sometimes there are sentiments that you would only use once or twice, and it's just good to actually have them there. And as I said, they are all different sizes, so it will enable me to find one that fits in here nicely, and that I can pick this card up just for an occasion when I think, oh, I need something that says such and such, and there it will be. So let's see what we can find here. Let's have a look inside at the size of them. Oh, now a little thing I did with this stamp set was they put the image was already on here. It's on the cover here in the actual plastic, which is great. So you can just stick your stamps straight onto it. The only problem is it's not see-through, so you can't read the sentiment. And I have terrible trouble reading it. So what I did was I took this out. Let's just show you. I took it right out of the cover, and I stamped the stamp next to it so I could see what it said. Do you think that was clever? Yeah. So let's see. Happy birthday. I'm not sure if that might be too big. It is a contender. Congratulations. Oh, actually, that's quite a nice one, yeah. I feel it needs to be a one-liner. I don't think two lines is going to fit here. So Cindy and Susan, are you saying that you put your new stamp sets, you know, in a separate place as well? Is that what you were referring to? What's this one say? You're holding it. No, I don't think I would need that one. I could just have best wishes, but that is a bit boring. Hang in there. Yeah. Hang in there. Hang in there. Do you know what? Hang in there. I'm going for that, because how many times do you know someone who's maybe struggling with something and they're like not really knowing what to do, and you can just give them a little support and say, yeah, you know, just keep going, you hang in there, and help them along, and I think that's what I'm going to use today. So let's find a block. This one should be perfect. Now, I do usually say this, but I'm going to say it again. Wendy, I officially hate weeding. 5 t-shirts and 1 hoodie, and only weeded 2 so far. Okay, weeding t-shirts, I don't get that one. You have to explain that to us, Woo. Okay, so I put the wording straight on the line there and then added the block. And I'm going to use Gorgeous Grape so that this will really pop. And I've just got a scrap of basic white cardstock here. Pop that on my line dead straight at the bottom. And hopefully that will help me to stamp dead straight. I said help and not make sure you do notice. And that's done. I'm going to do it again because that wasn't, you know, there's a tiny little smudge on that one. That's better. I don't know how I did it, but just there is just a little hairline of ink. I don't know where that came from. So I think I'm going to be brave, bring in the long scissors, which I know Esther loves, and cut this freehand like so. Ta-da! Might just trim along the bottom too. That's that. Now where I often fall down is the ends, getting the ends straight. So I'm going to cheat a bit here and get a punch. I know which one I'm looking for, but it might not be what I think it is. It's this one. I'm not sure if it's still available. Perhaps someone could confirm Esther being that someone. Is this still available or has it now retired? But either way, I'm going to use it. And really, you can use anything you've got that's got a little angle in there. It is available. Great. Thank you very much. You love the big scissors, don't you? Cindy, brilliant. Thank you. So I'm just going to bring this in and just use it like so. Whoa. It's not gripping. That's it. Woo. And it's just a jaunty angle there. It's nice actually sometimes not to have things perfect. Things a little bit more casual and go down well. So it would look nice if I backed it with some Gorgeous Grape cardstock, but it's such a tiny weeny little amount that I've got a feeling that if I tried it, it would be too big, it wouldn't fit on the card, and I would make a mess of it. So what I'm going to do instead is take the purple blending brush and the ink again, take off the worst of it, and just do a little bit. In fact, I think I'll do it like this to make sure I don't get too much. Just go over the very edge like so, just to define that edge and give it that little bit of extra colour. I think I've totally ruined that actually. Oh, it's no good. I'm going to do that again. Sorry, girls. I think I've got ink on my... I do think I've got ink on my fingers as well, which isn't helping. Hang on a minute. I've got some water behind me. and a tea towel here so I can just quickly dry my hands off, and hopefully that will help the process. Well, do you know what? There's nothing like a live, is there, to you know, to show things can go wrong, but hey ho, we can put it right. There. Right, let's just blow on it a minute and make sure it is dry before I do it again. Okay, the big scissors again. Look, everybody, Ellie's big scissors. Okay, there we go. Right, let's bring back Mr. Tailored Tag Punch and pop that in. Like so. There. Okay, now then, I've got a better idea. Take two, girls. I'm going to get my sponge daubers. And yeah, I did make a box for them, as you knew I would. Purple, purple, purple. That will be the one. These are available in the Stampin' Up catalogue, and they are so useful. I should get a better edge here. That's better. Yeah, that's the effect I wanted. I'm just grabbing a piece of that post-it note just to hold it with. Right, I'm happier with that. Do we think that's a better option? I think Debbie might have left us, which is a shame. Okay. So let's just move that out the way and pop this on there. Yeah, that looks much better. So I'm just going to, actually no, what I'm going to do with that is find some dimensionals to pop on the back. That will always look better with a couple of dimensionals behind it. Backs off and pop that in there. Now, what can I add to this, please, to make it pop a bit better? Can we have some votes? I can't really see anywhere to put a bow. Ribbon says Esther. Okay. And Gems says Claire. Right. I've got some gorgeous grape ribbon. Got some gorgeous grape ribbon. The new gems I've got are not really the right colour, so they're not going to be any good. Let's have a look in here. What have I got here? got some sparkle. I've got these. They're not actually the right purple. I think these are fresh fig. They must be quite old. Like me. Right, sorry, I need another little swig of my tea. Oh, gems, gems, gems. If I tie a tiny little bow, would you all like to maybe suggest where I would pop it? It's got to be a really tiny one, isn't it? So let's start. Oh, this is the worst thing, isn't it? Tying a bow live on YouTube. Let's get my tweezers, I think, for this job. Through the loop. There we go. Don't tempt us. Cindy. Come on, be a good girl. Top right of large flower. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's not too big, is it? My coffee has arrived, but no mince pie. Oh dear, Anne, is that what you were expecting? I didn't know you were a coffee in the afternoon girl. I thought you were morning coffee and maybe one after your dinner. Now there's a surprise. Oh, I think that's a tad too big. I need to bring that down slightly and make it a little bit smaller. Oh, I think we'll just have to leave that. That's not playing ball, this bit, so I'm gonna have to give it a little bit of a tweak. That's it. Show it who's boss. There. Yes, Esther, I agree. You are right. You are right. So I'm just going to cut that one down again. And I think it should go that way, actually. Oh. There. That's it. I'm just going to quickly burn the ends. We don't want any fraying, and please pray that don't set fire to the craft room. That's it. Okay, so to stick that on, I think I'll go for glue dots. There they are. They were hiding from me. No tea in the morning. Oh, no tea in the morning. Claire says she doesn't like mince pies. Yeah, I got to say that I can eat them, but it's not something I really would want. I mean, I probably might have one over the Christmas period, but they've got to be the right ones. You know, there are some sort of pretty roguish ones out there, aren't there? So yeah, but I've got to say I don't actually buy any. I'm going to put 4 glue dots on this. So I'm going to put 2 on the back of the actual bow itself and 1 each on the tails, and then it will go exactly where I want it. So, you know, talk about control freak. It's going to stick down there like so, and then there, and then to make sure the tails stay there and don't go off at a tangent, that will go down there. So no purple gems, but I could go with these. Whoops, the clear gems. Shall I add a couple of those? What do you think to the clear gems, girls? You going to go with me on that one? And then the question would be, do I pop them sort of maybe here and there? Or do I pop them in the centre of the flowers? What do we think? Is that too obvious? Pearls. Right, have I got any pearls? Oh, I have got some pearls. Got some teeny weeny ones. Oh, I've got loads of pearls in here. I think you gave me these, Cindy. You did. They came in. Look, this is going to bring back lovely happy memories, Cindy, of our time doing your getaway back in 2016. We had the whole suite, didn't we, of share what you love. There was, in the goodie bag was this lovely little box of accessories. Do you remember? Oh, okay, Susan, that's all right. You're excused. Pearls go with the sentiment. Yeah, okay. Pearls. Yeah, okay. So we'll have pearls then, shall we? Right. So I think I'm going to put 2 large ones in the centre there. Oh, they've got a life of their own, these pearls. Like so. Yeah, I like that. And then I'll put 2 tiny ones in there. Oh, have a great time, Esther. Thank you very much for joining us. Bye for now. Right, besides Anne and I, who else is looking forward to the Strictly final tonight? Okay, so that's 4 pearls. We need an odd number, so I'm going to pop another one down there, and I think another small one will look best. Okay, I think we're done. I think that's enough bling. You can go too far. Let's just burnish that down again so that I can get that nice and ready, so that we can take a nice shot of that later for my thumbnail. Yeah, and I agree. The pearls was a really good choice, Cindy. Thanks. Well done for that. So if you've got masks and, you know, you're not sure how to use them, this is one way. Did I know AJ is out? Oh, I knew there was a problem because she'd hurt her ankle. That's such a shame. Such a shame. So thank you very much, Susan. I'm pleased with it. And I'm pleased that I worked out how to use the stencil. And I think next time I'm going to have a play with the butterfly layering one. So I don't know whether that will be a live or whether I might just do that one as a pre-recorded and then do something else for my live. Can I just ask if you think it would be good for me to do this on a Saturday afternoon now? It is better for me. But obviously I'm not going to do it if there aren't enough people that want to come and watch. Cornelia, thank you so very much. It's really nice to have you to chat along and give your opinion. and positive comments are always welcome. So thank you so much. Can I ask, did you just happen upon me this afternoon, or don't know what made you watch? What was the reason behind it, so that I know for future how to attract new audience? Oh, Tracy. Oh, sorry you missed me live. That's okay. You watched the replay, and it was nice to just see you make a comment anyway, Tracy. Thank you. I really do appreciate the support in any form. Cindy remembers that. I had it close to hand. Yeah, it's up on the shelf because there's those little bits in there really are useful from time to time. Yep, Saturday's good for Anne. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to try and do that then on a Saturday afternoon rather than a Thursday night. So I'm going to say goodbye now, and thanks again to everybody for supporting me. And I will see you all very soon. Bye-bye for now.